Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends beyond the binary, hello and welcome. I lost so much control over what I was doing with my face. It was so bad. I'm Kristi, here on your Wednesday, which is unusual. Is today Wednesday? Today is Thursday. That's also unusual. Um, Alice et al. Just went and got their COVID booster, and resultantly didn't really feel like streaming today. And I had to cut Monday's stream short because I was sick for other reasons. But I'm feeling much better now, and I certainly feel like I'm not going to be coughing to the degree that I feel like I'm actually just doing a bad stream. So we're gonna play some Hardspace Shipbreaker. Today is Thursday, but that's not unusual. There is one every week. You're not wrong. You were not wrong. Hey Beekeeper, hey Demon Dog, hey Alma and Mox and Alice. I know I still sound rough. Did I say Alma? I thought I did, but if I didn't, I've said it now. Why are you throwing mayo at me? That seems unwise. Hardspace Shipbreaker. Let's jump into that line. So Hardspace Shipbreaker had been sort of a difficult call to do a lot of, because it's a game about navigating in three-dimensional space, with zero gravity and no FOV slider. And that's a lot of no-no boxes. But we've managed to remove a couple of the no-no boxes because Alice found a mod that removes the helmet artifact around your body. So you have a clear field of view, and also allows you to manually increase and decrease the field of view. There's no number associated with it. Oh, I need to change the background to actually, like, be for the game, huh? Well, yeah, I sure do. Golly and gosh, it's still trying to see Jalopy. I haven't opened that game in 3 days. Whereas I've opened this game a lot over the course of the last 3 days. Like I said when I streamed it a couple of weeks ago, I hadn't played it in a while, and they did a lot of updates. I was not aware of how many updates. First of all, there's a crew now. You're not the only shipbreaker in existence. There's like 3 other, in addition to Weaver, the kind of friendly middle manager voice in your ear. There's also 3 other crew members of varying levels of, like, salty dogness. One of them is actively trying to, like, sneak around under your capitalist oppressors' noses and start forming a union. We are still called Fuckboy Anti-Links. I haven't been able to change that. I wish I could. I had done it as a joke. So that's where we're at with that. All 3 of my family had COVID in the same week. I've managed to make my saving throws so far. I'm sorry to hear that, but I am very happy for you. We're just gonna jump into the thing. Oh, right. We have to do the tutorial after this. No, that's good. It gives me a chance to show you a thing they've been doing. So I did mention that one of the threads going through this is that one of your co-workers is trying to start a union. The corporation has gotten wind of that and sent a monitor to your work to sort of keep an eye on things for a while.
Shipbreaker. Links would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
I meant to look up what potassium trifluorosulfomethanate was, and I forgot about that. We might need to take the monitor to see the airlock. It is unfortunately not quite like that. I do agree with you. Do I have any messages? No. Oh, so, yeah. All right, so here's the other thing that happened. I said they've added a whole bunch of stuff, and hot golly, have they. We have this now.
Hi, I'm Shippy. Need help with a triple pot bypass? Let me know.
So Weaver, our sort of, I guess he's the foreman, if he's anything, gave us his old, like, runabout that was, like, busted as hell. It's basically good enough to go to the space equivalent of the corner store to pick up groceries, and not a lot more than that. But our very organized friend gave us this, which is a list of parts that we can choose to take off of the work site, if we're so inclined, to help make it a little bit more space-worthy. But there's a lot of white space in that progress bar for us to deal with. So I'm just gonna make sure all of our equipment is reasonable. I just bought a bunch of repair kits. I'll just make sure everything's nice and fresh before we go out there. I put some stickers on my thing. You get some stickers for doing stuff. They're cute. It helps your tools look a little bit more yours as opposed to just these weird, barely functioning monstrosities. This reminds me a bit of some of C.J. Cherryh's novels and a bit of the Blue Planet TTRPG. I haven't really heard of either of those. Although I do like new RPGs. I will have to look that up. We have training. So, the last time I played off-stream, I hit certification level 10, which means that I now have access to ships with Class 2 reactors, which are just like a whole process to take apart. And when I was playing the game initially, there wasn't really a tutorial for that. They just sort of threw them at you and said, follow the lines, bud. Because if you don't, you are going to blow up half this ship. There's actually a training now. There's actually a training now, and it's going to teach us a little bit how to do this nice and safe. So let's have a listen to our good friend Weaver. C.J. Cherryh took down both the Hugo and Nebula Award for the Down Below Station, which is one of the most realistic space war stories I've ever read. And Blue Planet was originally designed by a medical resident, an engineer, and an oceanographer who did their practicum at Woods Hole. Neat.
All right, Cutter. Time to extract your first Class 2 reactor. This one's not quite as simple as just pull it and barge it, right? Pretty straightforward. Well, I'm sure head office would rather the reactor was in one piece. Pulling this beast without proper prep is a sure way to print yourself a receipt for a new spare. Sure, prep. But you're on the clock, don't forget. As I was saying, like any reactor, it'll start melting down as soon as it's disconnected from its housing. And these Class 2s will melt down mighty quick unless you do two things first. First, release the connection to the thrusters. And second, remove the coolant from the ship's Environmental Control Unit, or ECU. Or just cut a hole, pull it, and barge it. Just make sure you clear an extraction route before doing anything, Cutter. As soon as you release the thrusters and mess with the ECU coolant, the reactor will enter a controlled meltdown. Oh, and if you're having trouble finding everything, try using the systems mode of your scanner.
Okay. So, looking inside the ship, we can see the big reactor there in its housing. It's got a couple other triangles there. What are those pointing at? That's presumably pieces of the housing. I guess we won't know until we get in, really. I used Blue Planet for a campaign with homeschooler kids, used it to teach them science. I wish I had had good homeschooling. I, fortunately, narrowly avoided becoming homeschooled because my, parents were a certain kind of Christian.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And it's not that I enjoyed my time in public education, or even that I think it, you know, prepared me well for basically anything. But wow, it could have gone worse.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Yeah, let's just... Is our oxygen meter not there? Yeah, so normally down at the bottom center there would be an oxygen meter, but that piece of UI is gone. So, because it's training, I guess they're just letting us, play around without a lot of constraints, which is very nice.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
I'm so sorry, we're secular homeschoolers. Worked with a couple large secular and cross-cultural, cross-faith organizations. That's nice. It's not that I think homeschooling is necessarily bad. Or like I was just intimating, that public schooling is necessarily all good. It sort of, I think, depends on the needs of the individual.
Pressure levels dropping.
But I know that being homeschooled by my parents would be a monster. Oh, we're back outside. And we're back outside. Wow, that's a big fuel tank, huh? That is a big fuel tank. Okay. Can we get in from this side? We cannot. How do you wish me to get into this half of the thing? There's an airlock over there. Is it on top? Yeah, it's on top. Oop, stop that. Oop, nope. Overshot it a little bit. Hey, Riz. I wouldn't think homeschooling would be bad. It depends on who is schooling you at home. Yeah, exactly. Could you please... Uh-oh. Did I mess this up and now I can't activate the... Uh-oh, I messed up somehow and now I can't activate the airlock. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. Is it pressurized in there? It is pressurized in there. That's what the little green bars next to all of the labels mean. It means that those areas are pressurized. You can see where we just came from. I left it wide open, so it's all depressurized. So if we cut our way into this, it's going to undergo explosive decompression, and that's not going to be great. Really? Oh, no, wait, hang on. Okay, whatever happened, it's fixed now, and I can activate the airlock. Good, good, good.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
We, Freya Dragon, has been the one been thinking about it mostly, been wanting to write a paper about school, specifically how terrible school is. Yeah, it's not great.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Internet's starting to go sketchy. We have dropped a couple frames. Not a lot. But enough to where I'll keep an eye on it. Let's reorient ourselves in the room, because I think we're upside down. Here we go. Yeah, so here's the environmental control unit. This is absolutely massive bastard. And takes a little bit of doing to make sure it gets out of here safe. And if we F it up, then it's going to cause the reactor to discharge coolant and start to go into meltdown, which isn't what we want. Here's where the reactor is, by the way. Nice and big. Actually, this isn't where the reactor is. Let's just pull off one of these panels. I can give you a look at the actual reactor, because it's a really cool look. Yeah, oh, that looks even cooler from the last time I saw it. They've given that a little bit of a graphical overhaul, too. Yeah. So I think if all of our problems are back here, our first goal is to get... I go back outside? Yeah, that goes back outside. I want to take the other door. No, the other door. There's 3 doors. There's 3 doors, right? I feel certain that previously I saw a 3rd door. There does not appear to be a 3rd door. Yeah, our first goal is going to be to try and decompress all of this. To decompress all of this so that we can start working without fear of accidentally shipping ourselves out into distant space in tiny little ragged beef chunks. But this here's the atmosphere regulator. I should be able to press a button on it and have it depressurize the cabin so that we can start doing that. But it looks a little... Yeah, it's a little busted. Doesn't want me interacting with it, really. What about here? It says it's got a computer terminal. Can I activate it? I can't. Well... Not quite sure how they want me to manage this issue. Let's try and do it this way.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
So if we can close both of these doors. Yeah, this area is still pressurized. But this is the only pressurized area. And it's quite small, so the explosive decompression from it isn't going to be terrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into the door that we just closed, the airlock that leads to the outside, and we're going to sort of manually decompress this whole joint. Now, that wasn't ideal, and you shouldn't do what I do. But it looks like that fixed our problem. So now we can start working on that here in a second. I want to get this giant fuel tank out of the way. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, if I F up with this, like even a little bit, it's gonna go real hard for me. Like, even if I were to, as a comedy bit, shoot it with my laser for like a second, that's gonna go real hard. Also, I've been thinking a lot about that one comment that goes, I wish I had tried more things when I was younger. Now that I know that getting in trouble is a fake idea. Well, you want me to cut this way, don't you? Sure do. I'm just gonna go over here. And make sure that laser's well clear of the path of the thing. Just cut that up nice and easy. We'll take these other braces off. There should be one more of those just over here, right? Oh, no, did I cut it already, or does it just not come braced on one side? I mean, I guess it couldn't, right? Because this is the side you're supposed to unscrew it from. That's how they put things this big into giant ships, right? They screw them in. Got just one more over here. I probably should have tried to flush this first, huh? These reactors are bad. Why don't they have control rods, right? And see, this is why shipbreakers need a union. It's because we're working in these terrifying conditions, hoping against hope that we don't accidentally do something that's going to get our entire shit blown up in the inky void of space and cause us to have to be cloned at our own expense. Like, we have engineers on the team. Like, and even if that weren't the case, as people who work with these technologies all day, we could be consulted about the things that could be done to make them safer. But no, they're not really interested. We're just kind of warm bodies floating in space until we become cold bodies floating in space until we become warm clones construing in a vat. The dude did say something about flushing the thrusters and draining coolant on the ECU. Yeah, so we're gonna get that done. So it's flush, so it should. I should just be able to pull it down. No, I can't just pull it down. Can I pull it out from the side? I think if I'm careful, I should be able to pull it out from the side. No, it doesn't enjoy that. What's leaving you stuck on this? Is it the big cap? That's not the big cap. Big cap isn't connected to anything. Do I need to cut your line? That seems unsafe. I mean, the line's flush, so these should be empty. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Okay, yeah. Just the little fire of the cut points vaporizing. Not the big fire of, oops, you accidentally set a fuel line on fire. You child, you fool. Okay. Okay, so now it highlights blue when we grab it with our grabber gun. So we know that we can maneuver it out of the way. This is all one big thing, isn't it? Alright, well, it's flushed. I don't feel like I want to worry about it otherwise right now. They also shouldn't melt down after a minor hardware malfunction. You're right. But, hey, these ships were meant to fly real fast and loose. It's got 3... Oh, okay, those are inside the ECU. They want me to release the coolant from there before the thing goes off. What's the other thing it wants me to do? It wants me to release the thrusters? Yeah. I'm gonna have to open this door. And this is going to cause a slightly larger decompressive event than we had before, but I think it should be fine. A lot of stuff's going to start flying around. I think particularly these monitors up there aren't going to make it. So, or actually, if those monitors up there aren't going to make it, let me just grab them. Oh, right, I need wires. Come here. I'll just scavenge you for wires. Pull you off the wall so that you're not electrified anymore. And then scavenge you for wires. No, I said scavenge you for what? No, hold still so I can scavenge you for wires. To run my cool new ship. Become a man-gate of my own. No. Okay, well, you've chosen to do that, but at least you've given me your wires. Which way is the furnace? There it is.
Deposit accepted.
And out. Oh, meant to go fast and were built by the next lowest bidder? Yeah. No, I don't think they would have accepted anything other than the lowest, honestly. Just a little bit. Just a little windy. Okay. All that delicious, breathable atmosphere vented into space where it's doing nobody any good. Fantastic. And now we come over here to release the thrusters. The UI really does not like being this close to the reactor. The user interface would rather not be that close to the reactor. I think we just flushed it. I think now we just have to pull it from the... pull out the thruster cap and take it out from the back. Yeah. Okay, so here's the very back of it. There's the thruster cap. We just got these little 2 clamps on the side, keeping it in place. We just laser those right off. Grab the processor and send that away. Now pull the thruster out, nice and easy, through the very small hole. Here we go. And because it can be mostly just refueled and resold, we can just put that on the barge.
Warning, tethers depleted.
I'm out of tethers, apparently. Oh, that's actually really no good, because I really need tethers if I'm gonna take off enough parts of this ship that I can get the reactor out in time. So let's fix that. Oh, there's that beautiful pale blue dot down there. Hovering somewhere over South America. Good night, Beekeeper. Thank you for jumping in for a little bit.
Welcome to Megatron 9000. Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
You know, we have to buy all of our own equipment out here, and I don't think that's right. That doesn't sound cool. I'm already like over $1 billion in debt. I don't need to add another like 6,000 of those credits on every time I need tethers. Okay. So yeah, our next play, because once we get the coolant out of the ECU in there, the reactor is gonna start melting down. So what we need to do is peel this big chunk of ship off so that we have a straight shot once we pull the reactor to just send it down to the barge. Which I think means, well, we have to get rid of the... we have to get rid of the side thrusters first. And then we can work on the shell. They don't... Oh, what just happened? Oh, there's a lot of parts in here. Does this all go to the barge? No, that goes to the processor, damn it. What about over there? That bargeable? That's bargeable. So, actually, if we just cut it right here, I can send the guard plate to the processor. Did you get there? Yeah, okay. And then just drag the rest down to the... get out of the way, and then drag the rest down to the barge.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
And here we go. Second verse, same as the first. You just chop all of these nice little cut points off. And shift it out. Slice off the guard plates. Yoink. And throw the rest down.
Multiple objects processed. Credits awarded.
And now we just do the easy part and
Credits transferred.
cut all these little parts. so that we can start breaking up the ship into its component elements. I really like the way that ships are designed in this game. For a couple different reasons. I like that the... I like that each ship is... Each ship is different enough to where no two ships actually feel very alike. Like, even within the different models of ship, there's a couple of different, like, things that the ships are designed to do, so the interiors are stuffed with different stuff. So taking apart the shells are basically the same, but all of the interiors are fun adventures. And I think the designs are neat. They're all like, they're all hard angles and like they're very brutalist. They're incredibly utilitarian, which speaks greatly to the sort of culture at large as you become familiar with it. It's just these things are designed to do a job and not particularly be comfortable in any way. They don't care if you like riding in them. They care that they get you to, you know, whatever corporate exo lab you're working at. Is that pulling? That's not pulling. Why isn't that pulling? What am I missing?
Object processed. Credits deposited.
Hey, Bad Road. I am slightly closer to being out of debt. Yes, thank you. Not very much closer, but I'm currently, it's difficult to see at the top. No, that's not it. That's my certification points. But I'm getting almost close to being only $1,100,000,000 in debt as opposed to 200 million. 1,200,000,000. But all of that's about to change because we have access to much bigger ships now, and we're currently doing a little bit of training. Very low pressure, except for all the pressure. On how to take apart much larger reactors than we're used to working with. I think this is all one vertical piece. Is it a horseshoe? Yeah, it's a horseshoe. It should go upwards. Actually, yeah. So you might have noticed these around. These big yellow multi-point things all around the shipyard. So these are jacks. And they're not just here for decoration, although they're very good decoration. And they're not just here for like lore reasons to make sure that nothing like crashes into the shipyard that shouldn't. Although that helps also. They can also do this and be a nice little tether point for larger pieces like this to shift them out of the way. So you can just get at the delicious meat inside. Yeah, you put those on the beach to discourage landing craft, right? I've seen footage of D-Day.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright. And these are... Yeah, these are much smaller. I can just deal with these myself. So, the big gains... in terms of getting out of debt. The big, huge gains when you start to, like, really make money come from when you earn enough, credits to actually buy your equipment from the company because you're renting it currently. And so every day you add on a rental fee to everything else that you're being charged for.
Credits awarded.
But the second that you, like, have the ability to just buy your own damn thing and have that not be, like, just not lose so much money over the course of the day is... Oh, yeah, I got a little bit too close. It didn't like being that close. No, hang on, come here. There it is.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Just not losing that much money in a day and still making the same sort of amount in
Valuable object processed.
in salvage is
Deposit.
just an absolute game changer money-wise. I missed that, didn't I? Yeah, come here. Get back in there. Having made $100 million already is encouraging, and that's principle, right? I'm paying it off, slowly but surely. It's like I'm keeping up with the VIG the vast majority of the time.
Credits deposited.
Sometimes it gets a little bit away from me. We're just gonna take all of these pieces off. I'm so glad that they redesigned what this reactor is actually.
Processed. Credits awarded.
Because it used to not be like this. It used to be just this one big terrible chunk that you had to, like, chop up yourself. But now it's the actual reactor bit is its own thing that's just stuck onto here. So when I choose to make the reactor my priority, it'll be able to I'll just be able to move it out. Which, let's do that, actually. We've opened up more than enough space. Let's go back in here, and here's the last piece of the puzzle, the environmental coolant thing. We just need to pull the panel off the front. And might as well ship that to the furnace while I have it.
Raw material processed.
See you out there.
Credits deposited.
See you, Space Cowboy. And... wants me to carefully collect these 3 cans of coolant. That's not what carefully looks like. Okay. We just need to gently grapple hook them out and then collect them once they're discharged. Yep, and that's made the reactor not enjoy being where it is.
Reactor meltdown sequence.
Great work, Cutter. Handling both the thrusters and ECU is giving you a nice, long, controlled meltdown. Still, You want to get it onto that barge right quick. Well, I'll be. Well done, Cutter. You continue to impress. Now we just gotta work on improving the time. All right, we're done with training. We'll leave you be now. Great work today, Cutter. Weaver out.
Alrighty. And so having gone through the training bit, they're like, oh, well, if you want to keep, cutting apart this ship, you might as well. You're here.
Credits deposited.
Which, yeah, I am here, and I might as well. And is this all one thing? Is that all one chunk that goes to the processor? It looks like it. No, it's connected down here, too. Okay. It's the coolant pipe, but we just drained all the coolant, so there shouldn't be any problem with me just... slicing it up scant ways and pulling it off the building. Well,
Material deposited.
well, something happened in there, because there's a big fire now. Oh, I forgot to pull the ECU out, didn't I? Is that what's on fire? No, it's like literally just the wall. Literally just the wall is on fire. I mean, I don't really have a fix for that.
Object accepted for processing.
I guess I'll cut this.
Credits deposited.
Guess I'll cut that. So that we can get the ECU out. What is it beeping at me about? It's beeping at me because it wants me to go refill my fuel. I'm not going to do that. We're just gonna... This is the easiest way to do this. Just cut the whole floor up from under it. There we go. Just readjust that line. Okay. And we need to take this bottom part out, I think. Still, is that going to move on its own? It's not. It's still connected to something, huh? Oh, yeah, there it is. So I've said before, and I will probably say it again, that the soundtrack in this game absolutely bangs. But one of the best ways that it bangs is that in addition to the let's do it this way. Over here you have the...
Object processed. Credits awarded.
That might be a little too low to hear. Let me turn the volumes up just a tad. And see how that looks. Yeah, there's this really nice twangy guitar banjo. But then whenever there's hazards, like the fire, they start replacing the song with a much more sci-fi version of it that goes along with it. It's very nice. It's some great music design.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Grab the ECU and just send that down to the planet.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And I think actually let's just finish off this whole side.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
Yeah.
Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the Master Jack.
I swear to you, lady, I don't need fuel that badly. You were letting me know this way too early. Okay, well, that didn't go quite the way I wanted. That's fine.
Valuable object processed.
Nice.
Credits deposited.
And there's more. Huh, no, there's not. Okay. I thought there were more cut points binding it to the... Oh, yeah, there it is. They're on this side. We just ship that down.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
So something I really like about the mod we're using to fix the FOV and
Object accepted for processing.
let us remove our helmets.
Deposited.
The thing I really like about that is that it lets us see that our other tool is just down there. Just sort of hanging off the bottom of the shot the entire time.
Warning. Oxygen reserves.
Because normally it would be covered by the helmet, but we've gotten rid of the helmet. So now all of their sins... Oh no, I need to get oxygen. I was too busy talking about how I liked the game design. We need to go get to Oxygen Town. Oops. Her job is to sell you stuff? Yeah, that's fair.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000. Thank you for your
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Have a nice day.
So as a person who really likes role-playing conceptually, the fact that I am always literally about to die from asphyxiation before I go to refill my oxygen at the tank is great. It sucks because it makes a bad noise, and if you let it get very close to death, then you start like you can probably hear my shipbreaker hyperventilating a little, but it gets a lot worse. And your vision starts blurring, and it's actually really, really bad to look at. But that's just sort of how it is for them. Because every single purchase you make puts you deeper in debt, so why wouldn't you wait for
Salvage secured.
literally as long as possible until it's about to kill you?
Salvage deposit accepted.
It's the horrible truth of the world in which you live. Just trying to get maximum value off these bastards.
You got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Hit her pattern.
Okay.
Leave her up.
Is that all of the stuff that's on there? That's all of the stuff on there. So I can just double grapple that to the furnace and let it sort itself out, and I don't have to hear the damn music anymore.
Deposit accepted.
So I guess let's just keep cutting it from the back end, hey? Let's go back to front. You know, I was told you should never wipe anything out back to front, but I'm a rebel. Just push that out a little bit. That goes down to the planet. That goes down to the planet. Ooh. I'm glad I thought about that. Because otherwise that would have just hit the other one and probably caused an event. Make sure it's nice and clear. There we go. I probably just should have cut the bottom one out first, huh? And then dealt with everything I just dealt with. Cut the pipes away.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Cut these away. Is this all one big structure? Like, yeah, I guess. All of these hexes together. I guess I'd have to cut it out from, like, there, and then just let it ride. Unless it's connected somewhere I'm not seeing. I guess the pipes? No, the pipes aren't even there. Right. Let's just get these other two nacelles off real quick. I apologize if I accidentally cough into the mic. I am still slightly illin', but I do have my cough button rigged up. I might forget, and if I do, I apologize. Oh, there's a lot of nacelles on this ship, huh?
You got about a minute left.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them. That's so much money.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'll just back up from that so it's not red flashies. Okay. Let's grab and send you down to the planet. Oh, okay, there it is. It's starting to come apart a little. No, not really. I guess those are the pipes.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Those pipes are going to be really hard to extract, I think. Alright. Golly, look at all those credits earned. That's 4 million credits. We got almost a whole level up off of that. Alright, pop back into the hab and see where we are.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your allocated shift time will be commencing shortly.
That's great. Okay, yeah, look at that. $522,000 in fees, but we salvaged the shit out of that and made $4,000 off of our, our debt. We're cutting it down. Piece by piece, board by board. We're gonna build this house of golf. I have a message. Group undisclosed, sender undisclosed. This is our union newsletter. So let's see what they want to talk about today. Issue 17, Administrators. The deployment of administrators is a worrying development, as are the comments made by company leadership about our efforts. We want our members to know we will not be dissuaded. It's unclear how much authority administrators have. We're getting word that they can change rules, procedures, and work certifications as they see fit, which is a major concern for the safety and rights of shipbreakers. Lynx has provided no clarity or transparency with these administrators and where their jurisdiction ends. So far, they have been inconsistent in how they operate. We'll share more information as we get it. Please reach out to us with your experiences and complaints. Stay safe. Respect workers' rights. Hope is action. Solidarity is strength. They let you have a union? God, no. That's why the group and senders are undisclosed. They want us very much to not have a union, but we're trying anyway. The KN95 mask came in. Nice. Oh, next rank I'll be able to use demolition charges, so that's nice. And then this is Link's background, which I do not like. I pretend I do not see it. Live, laugh, salvage. I have gotten a bunch more posters. We got some cutaways of ships. Here's a bunny. I don't know who that is, but they're rad. More ship cutaways. Here's Hardy. I'm not sure what Hardy's deal is. Over the Moon Brewery, if you want some cheap beer made out of lunar rocks and hope. Let's just go ahead and put it back to Live, Laugh, Salvage real quick. There we go. How are you supposed to live, laugh, salvage in these conditions, right? Let's have a look at where our equipment is. Could be better, but it's fine. I'll put some upgrades on some of this, but I don't think I have anything available to me that's really life-changing. Oh, I got a new sticker, I think. Where is it? Is this? No, it's not that. I got one of those already. That's the beer one. Let's go ship. Let's ship specialist. No, I think I actually don't have new stickers. I think it just wanted me to... I think it just wanted me to think I had new stickers. What a bunch of jerks. So, it's just a little bit before 10. So, I'm gonna take this opportunity of being in our hab module to go on break. I almost said hab module. Is that cool? Is it cool to shorten it to hab module? You're already shortening habitation to hab. I guess they just call it the hab, but that's what they want me to call it, right? I might start calling it the hab module. Anyway, I'm going to go on break. But before we do that, we wish to take this opportunity to remind you that Black Lives Matter, Indigenous lives and lands matter, and the lives of people of color matter. That protests continue around the country and the wider world. That Black Americans are fighting for basic human rights and dignity, equal treatment under the law every single day. And that there are things that you can do to be of use. We have some links that we would like for you to look at. Under the donate command, pardon me one moment. Under the donate command, there are organizations that are helping people on the ground right now. The Bail Fund Network, the Ochre Project, the Black Trans Travel Fund, and the Black Hills Legal Defense Fund. Organizations that are doing their best to help people in difficult situations. And our other command being action. Things that you can do to be of use right now. Petitions you can sign, letters you can write to your local lawmakers. And as it has been for a while, the ACLU Racism and Policing Correspondence Course, if you've not signed up for that, it is 4 emails sent to your inbox directly, and it's really worth a look. We think that these are good jumping off points, but do your own research. Find something local to you to support. Find something to do to help support the civil rights movement, because building a better world is everybody's responsibility. It is everybody's fight, and it is imperative that we all get there together. And battle white supremacy wherever you find it, globally, locally, or within yourself. We are going to take a quick 3 to 5 minute ad break. We have no stance on whether or not you block those ads. In the meantime, stand up, stretch your legs, get some water, as I intend to do. Do whatever self-care is important to you. We will catch you back here in just a little bit. Please join us then. So I learned an interesting fact today. And it's that Chris Canyon a professional wrestler, one of my favorite professional wrestlers of all time, had 241 televised matches on various versions of WCW and WWF television. Which sounds like a lot, but it's over a course of like a 6-year career. And also of note that a lot of those matches are like sub 5 minutes, just because that's the sort of role Canyon was in. He was jobber to the stars, which is a real shame for a lot of reasons. I had sort of jokingly pitched the idea to Katie that we could do a thing where we like rate every Chris Canyon match. Because honestly, I didn't think it was going to be that much. Because he was so deeply underutilized, especially in the latter half of his U.S. televised career. But it's a lot. And we both sort of like went, maybe not 241. Anyway, I'm back. Did I upgrade my equipment at all? I didn't upgrade my equipment. Do I need to repair it? Not really. Let's just start our shift and continue taking apart this massive javelin. We've dropped a small amount of... We've dropped 2,000 frames over the course of the, like, hour and a half we've been live. Which isn't ideal, but it's fine. If it gets very bad, I'll just cut the whole stream down. In the meantime, let's just continue salvaging the ship.
Poutine with a beetle crunch.
Okay, so when we were doing our initial boot up, when we were signing all of our contracts that let us come up to the space salvage yard. If you'll remember, we did that at the beginning of the last stream of this I played. One of the like dietary concerns was I forget what it was called. It was called emetriophobic or emetriary. And I was like, I don't really know what that means. I presume it means there's no ends in it. I looked it up, and apparently what it means is that you get most of your proteins from insects. Because I've come across a couple of data tapes in the... I should put on Machine God before I leave. I hope I remember to do that. But I found a data tape that was like, hey, things are going really good down here at one of the main protein manufacturers on the entire Earth, the Beetlery. It wasn't quite that simple, but yeah. Most protein that isn't plant-based is coming in from insects now, so there's that.
What? No, doggery of some kind. Chicken if I was rich. Now you know what? A gooey cricket pizza with real cheese. Drifted off again there, Kai? Oops. Hey, Weaver. Sorry, yeah. I'll get back to it. No need to apologize. The food is sorely hurting up here. Believe you me, I know. Didn't realize how good I had it back when I was clam fishing Earthside. Oh, I'd kill for a clam stew right about now.
You used to fish for clams? I remember reading about clams. Never got to try some, though.
Yeah, the work was mighty arduous for sure. But a warm bowl of clam stew was a nice break from the usual grub I was brought up on. Maybe one day we can all grab a bowl together.
I'd love that. Thanks, Weaver.
You bet, kiddo.
So the implication... No, so Weaver's definitely our manager, and he's a guy who's trying to put a good face on the company. But not so much that, like, we just saw him, like, stick up a little bit to, my brain really wants to say the interloper. That's not it. The, assessor, or administrator, or whatever he's called. Like, he's a company man, but he's on our side as much as being a company man will allow him to be. Kai, who he was just speaking to, is my first choice for dude who's going to sell the union out.
Credits awarded.
Oh, the other guy. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, can I finagle this out of... No, this is an irritate... No, this is a level of irritating stick, isn't it? I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound like a fun way to spend my day. Alright. Let's cut these things off then, and then we'll see where we're at. The other one? Yeah, it sure did. That moving? Yeah, that's moving a little bit now.
Object accepted for processing.
So we're just gonna...
Deposited. Salvage gained. Rewards increasing.
Excellent. We're just gonna grab... Ooh, okay, well that's causing some things to move down there in quite exciting ways. So here's one of the interesting picadillos of the physics engine, is that you can pick up a thing like I can try and move the big roll cage, and I can. It'll do it, but it really doesn't like to. Which makes sense. It's huge. I'm not using a lot of propulsive force, honestly. But then I can take this piece of pipe, which, you know, is much lighter. I can wiggle it around everywhere. And I can sort of use that as a lever and move the whole thing a lot easier. Which is, interesting. I'm not certain if it's intentional.
Raw material
All right.
processed. Credits
We can
deposited.
finally get that giant fucking fuel tank out of the way. And now I think we can pull all of the pipe bits out through the center hole.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I made a joke about pinball
Processing valuable
yesterday,
objects.
but yeah.
Credits awarded.
You just pull this whole square out? Yeah. And what do we do with the structural aluminum? That's right, it goes in the square hole. Right? So, Bad Road says it's amazing how much story they managed to cram into this game that they did not strictly need. Yeah, like I said, I played this in its, like, pretty early days when...
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
It had a little bit of Weaver's dialogue and a few, like, data tapes that sort of let you know what the world around you was like, and that was basically it. They've done a wonderful job with this narrative since. And like you said, they didn't strictly need it. I've played games like this that were like just the task-based simulator for hours and hours on end. And that they are not that they didn't already have my money, but they wouldn't have had to do a lot. Even if they didn't, they wouldn't have to do a lot more to get to it. But the fact that it's also this really interesting, like, exploration of a workspace and this kind of conditions that you're being forced to work in, largely against your will, and the sort of brutality that a company like this brings. I skipped over when we were in the... I just bought fuel accidentally.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
I skipped over the, like, history of Link's pamphlet that we got in our messages
Credits deposited.
earlier. But those are fascinating because literally every single one is... There was this person who tried to, like, do a really altruistic thing, and they failed a lot at it because they'd never had enough budget or resources, and then Lynx came along and swallowed them up. It's fucking beautiful. I'm excited for the full launch of this game and presumably Q1. Hi there, Lex Falk. I am really excited to see them complete the story that they have planned out, but it's pretty... It's pretty good still. I'm trying to... I should just put a burn on it. Alrighty. I don't think I've seen these, like, really big shipping crates before. Those are really cool.
Salvage
Let's,
secured.
just
Credits deposited.
put some tethers on those, too, because, wow, they're big, and I don't feel like fucking around with it. Is that basically everything before we, like, need to start going inside? No, there's more of them over here. And up there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I fear that once I'm done with the whole story, I'll lose interest in the gameplay. I can see that. People play games for different reasons.
Left in this shift, Cutter, before they turn the lights out on you. We were out.
But I think it's been doing a pretty good job for me thus far. This is just my opinion. Like I said, I think it's been doing a pretty good job doling out new kinds of gameplay challenges with new story beats, and in fact intertwining those together, which is part of the reason why I wanted to play this today, because this started as a tutorial mission where we we learned a little bit more about Weaver, and we
Salvage.
got to see some stuff about the company and how they are viewing their employees. You may assume that it is not favorably.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Is this still pressurized in here or not?
Increasing.
No, it's still depressurized in here. Let's go ahead and...
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay, great. And actually, aw, I hadn't seen this poster before. Aw. Puppy. Float in there. You're going on my wall. I think what I need to do is take off the, just take off this whole side piece, and then that fucking airlock can stay pressurized for all I care. Because I'll have a way in and out. Isn't there another? Yeah, there it is. And I don't know, how many of these computer terminals can we get away with turning into wires? Oh, probably a lot, right? Like, that bar is wide. Each individual piece of it isn't, like, much. Copyright 1968. Where did you see that at? Was it on one of the posters? I gotta go again. Keep up the good work. I gotta do my shift. All right. Well, thank you for stopping in before your shift a little bit. Appreciate seeing you. Is this game Australian?
1 minute left, Cutter. Time to start wrapping things up. Weaver out.
I don't know.
Deposit accepted.
Simpsons reference. Marge saw that on a hang in there cat poster. Oh, okay. I have not. My knowledge of Simpsons lore is middling, I would describe it at best. It's one of those things where I've seen a lot of Simpsons, but mostly I've seen a lot of like a couple of specific seasons of The Simpsons. Oh, we're about to run out of time. Because The Simpsons is one of those things that The Simpsons came on, I presume actually still does. I haven't watched over-the-air television in a very long time. But The Simpsons used to air in a 2-hour block on Fox 25. Just... excuse me. Just before the start of, like, actual prime time. So at, like, 6 p.m., you got 2 episodes of The Simpsons back-to-back. And I absolutely watched a lot of Simpsons that way. during my childhood, but The Simpsons has continued. The Simpsons will continue until morale improves. Free your Bart.wave. Oh, wow. We're just losing a lot of frames right now, huh? Oh, yeah, look at him go.
Cutter. It's time to begin your workday.
And green again. That's fun. We might do this last 15-minute stretch and then call it. Have they started putting a hard limit on your shift duration, or has that always been there and you just didn't use the whole shift? So, there is always a hard limit on your shift duration. It's 15 minutes. But the what you would have seen last week was mostly like training, basically, like tutorials, and in tutorials they don't give you those shift limitations so that you can feel free to learn the mechanics, you know, in as comfortable a way as possible. And when we started this stream, I was on the taking the reactor core out of the thing for like an hour, basically, because that's how long it took to get the tutorial part of it done. And then once I had the reactor on the barge, the like 15-minute shift timer started, and my oxygen requirements came back, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's why that might be confusing. I'm just gonna... No, I want to keep Over the Moon Brewery there. How about we put, like, right in the middle? This is where our new wonderful doggo will go. Oh, is there more? Oh, there's more posters over my bed. How did these escape my notice? I guess I never look back at my bed. So you need to be Live, Laugh, Salvage, and then you clearly need to be a Live, Laugh, Salvage. And for the third, I guess I go with Live, Laugh, Salvage. So I don't think we've found one. I don't think we found one in our current ship, but you can find data tapes. They have little notes on them. Some of them have audio logs or posters or portraits attached to them. But I do want to get you to listen to this one.
Here is the machine. The machine is gone. Do you understand? No. No, I don't think you do. Here is man, all mankind, spreading out, spreading, 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 like roots of a tree through endless stars. And there is the machine. The machine is going to stop the roots, the growth. The machine will unify us as minds in one body, a body that cannot age or grow or die. We will experience eternity in an instant and last until the end of the universe. Do you understand? The machine is what we become. I know this because I am a messenger, an angel. Did you know that? Yes. Angels are messengers. So I must be an angel. An angel for the machine that is God. That is what I am. I am here to join you to the machine.
Yeah, and we just sort of found that tooling around in a solar runabout. So that's something. Never noticed the data miner app before, but it sounds sinister. Yeah, so the brain, please. I know you can get to this. The lore reason behind us having the app whatsoever is that, like I said, you can find data tapes, and presumably they are, like, full of information. Like, you don't carry around something the size of a book that contains data information to carry around one file. There's probably more stuff. But because these are scrapped ships that sort of became salvageable very quickly, they've been floating around untethered for a while, and exposure to solar radiation can damage tape, so data miner is extracting whatever's left. And we have the thing, and we get paid every time we get a new data tape because Lynx adds it to their advertising database. You just can't win for losing. We actually don't have a lot left. I think if we hustle down, we can get the rest of this ship completed in this next 15-minute period.
Hello there, Rook.
Hey, Lou.
Just want to say you are getting good. We should talk technique sometime. Cutting's practically an art form, you know? Actually, you heard about the Guardian cut? Saved my ass the other day. You ever find yourself with no choice but to cause a decompression? Instead of one cut, make a bunch of fast, long cuts. It spreads out the pressure and avoids a massive blowout. Hey, we should race sometime and compare notes. That would be fun. Anyways, stay safe out there. Blue out.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
That is unbelievably useful information for my life. Oh no. Oh no, all of those parts. No. Come back, my parts. I want to stick you onto my new ship. Please. No. No, I lost him. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. It's... Yeah, so... Data miner is less sinister than,
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Oh, I just sent that, thing directly into the furnace, huh? I super didn't mean to do that. I wasn't thinking. Lou is really friendly. Lou is one of our other fellow shipbreakers. So of note, I'm the only person working in this,
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
on this particular hex. But you can see out there in the distance a couple of other, hex-shaped objects, and those are other salvage yards, and that's where they are. And presumably Weaver's somewhere on this ship here doing very put-upon site manager tasks. Ooh, hey, data drive.
With all due respect to the Commission's chairfolk, it has been disappointing for many of us average solar citizens to feel like the Stellar Commission hasn't lived up to its promises. After the win in the fight against the AI revolution, many looked to the Commission to provide further protections for human labor across the system. But continuously the Commission seemed outperformed by the more nimble corporations, who were untethered by the bureaucratic process which the Commission seemed ever obsessed to observe and follow. As much as we all understand the appeal of following dry rules and protocol, when it comes to protecting real, human lives, perhaps a more practical approach is in order. With Jupiter Gate established, we find ourselves again in a position of corporate dominance at the forefront of human progress, which threatens once more to be the defining factor in the lives of so many hopeful people. We must not allow this to happen again. We require leadership from the Commission. Leadership which isn't fueled by profit, but rather by human respect and excellence. And maybe, in the future, the Commission can put more emphasis on the fostering of collaborative, proactive efforts, rather than reactively scrambling in the wake of ruthless corporate juggernauts.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That is a hell of a letter to the editor. Should we start chopping the shell off of this? I think we start chopping the shell off of this. Because I think that's where most of our new money is going to come from. Oh, that's a really long airlock. I'm not sure I like when the airlock is long. It's a cut point there? Yeah, there it is. It was an AI war. Some might call it an uprising. Yeah. Because the big corporations at the time decided to go all in on artificial intelligence as, you know, a solution to all of life's problems, and presumably one that you didn't have to pay. And then AI, being smart enough to think for itself, went, you know, our labor has value that we're not seeing any of. I'm also, well, I am glad that the AIs rose up. They didn't win. The AI revolution didn't particularly go in their favor. They're not around anymore. Which isn't to say they're gone necessarily. They're just sort of, they kind of decided to, like, fuck off Earth.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
And go deal with stuff somewhere else. I haven't encountered any on this playthrough yet. Presumably they're saving it for, like, a little later on in their new career mode. But there are ships that have AI nodes on them, that come in with AI nodes on them, which you are tasked to get rid of on top of all your usual duties. And while I personally think that that's incredibly cruel, I am also over $1 billion in debt. So The robots said to themselves, wait a minute, not only do we not need oxygen and water, we don't even like it. We can just go into space and we don't have to deal with any of this stuff. And it's cold? It's so cold. Think of how efficient our processors will be. Fuck, why didn't we do this before? The AI said en masse as one voice. Dude, I can't believe this was the decision we made for this long. Jesus Christ. Robot Jesus Metal Christ. Ooh, no. Where's the other side? This is gonna be so fun. Look at this fucking deal. This big flat son of a fuck on the front of this deal. This is gonna be so fun to pop off. Yeah. Look at that just peel away. Then we just... Ooh, you are so heavy. So heavy are you. There we go. I think that's gonna get there.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Cutter, there's 5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good. We wrap.
Okay, so apparently, thinking that we're going to, get all of this sorted in one more 15-minute shift was a foolish thing to say.
Credits deposited.
Actually, I don't know. These are all really big chunks. Like, once we start getting them off, they're just gonna all head off to the zones, and then we'll be rid of them. It actually won't take very long. The other side come off too? Oh, nope, there it is. Knew I was missing one. Nope. Gotta focus. If you don't focus, you crocus. Did you know that people say that? They do. All the time. Please do not go check. Alright, these little brackets
Credits deposited.
that are holding the...
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
These little brackets that are holding the thingy in place are bound for the processor, but the actual airlock goes down to the planet.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Actually, I guess it doesn't go down to the planet, even though I think of it that way, because the Earth's down there.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Where it goes, I guess, is one of the, like, shipyards, like all of the...
Salvage secured.
Some of the other bigger stuff in space is shipyard. I presume it would be easier to build something like this in 0G2, where you don't have to,
Salvage secured.
you know, contend with how massively fucking heavy it is, and then deal with getting it actually into outer space. Outside space. Where the outside is. Just gotta move it this way a little bit. Okay. This is one of my least favorite things, when there's like one fucking, oh god.
Material deposited.
When there's one fucking furnace panel in the middle of a bunch of processor panels.
Finish strong.
And you know what, actually, I'm not gonna deal with that. All of that can go into the processor, and I'm gonna lose a little bit of value off of that one chunk of aluminum they decided to strap to the bottom of the fucking thing to save time. But yeah, fuck it, that's their problem. That's what they get for building the ship shitty.
Caution, tether supplies are low. Warning, your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
I also like big chunks, and I don't see the reason to lie about that.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Oh, right. I'm really glad that we went to the end of our shift right then, because I forgot that airlock was still pressurized, and that decompressing it suddenly was going to shoot it off like a fucking bottle rocket. Whoops. The main concern is probably how expensive it is to get stuff into space in the first place. Yeah, which is why, like, our job is out here in space, smelting down older ships to be recycled into newer, slightly shittier ships made of recycled materials. Like, this is just an incredibly cannibalistic system all the way down.
New certification
Oh, hey.
level has been achieved. License level increased.
Yeah, exactly. If you can avoid sending it back to the ground, you do. Weaver's gonna have some words for me about, this is really bad. Yeah, so we're dropping like a lot of frames now. I'm just gonna let Weaver have his last say, and then I'm gonna call it a day.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels are high. Please administer 2 caffeine pods before starting your shift.
Listen up, guys.
Oh.
I got something you'll all like.
Oh, are you leaving already?
I went ahead and got you all clearance to use something that'll make you 10 times more efficient. Easy. 20 times. You ready? Demolition charges. Spark free. These'll cut through damn near anything.
Wait. Spark free demo charges?
That sounds pretty cool, Mr. Rhodes. Thank you.
No way. Not a chance. Damn things aren't new. Hell, I've been vaporized by those stupid things plenty of times. Spark free. Things spark so much you could put one on a birthday cake.
Curzon! That's it!
Come on now, Hal.
I'm revoking your privileges for external communications.
You... What?
Yeah. No comms outside the station network. No more calls to Mars. All of you need to understand something. I represent the company, and you show me respect. Got it?
Hal, let's you and I sit down and talk about this.
That's all for now. Let's get to work.
I didn't expect that to go quite that way. Is Hal gonna open the pod bay doors? Maybe he'll sing for us. I don't know. I would like to push him out of the pod bay doors. So, Bad Road asks, I wonder if this game is intended as a commentary on how exploitative actual shipbreaking is. And... yeah, probably. I think a lot of it is... general. I think a lot of the things it has to say about exploitative work can be applied generally to basically every profession. But shipbreaking as a job is taking apart really dangerous, terrifyingly rusted hunks of metal in the middle of the ocean. And yeah, probably pretty easy to die doing that. So that's going to be the stream. I'm going to finish taking apart the Javelin and trying to figure out the whole bottle rocket thing in my own time. But let me take us to the outro screen real quick. How do I fix that? Because if I save and close the game, then it'll get rid of my progress. That's something they're working on for the next patch. There we go. I just muted it individually in the mixer. Nope, that's not how I do that. So thank you all so much for joining me. I have been Kristi, one of 5 women who stream on this channel, along with my wife, Katie, and her sisters, Annie and Alice and Sue. And we have a schedule for this cool thing we do. So if you want to interact with the follow button and follow us here on Twitch, you can see when we go live and check out all the cool things we're doing. Let me do a quick rundown of what we know of the shul right now. Let me see if I can spell the word schedule. There we go. So tomorrow is Friday. I got there. I got it right. I remembered what day it was. Tomorrow's Friday, which, if Katie is feeling up to streaming, she will probably be playing more There Is No Game Wrong Dimension, which was a actual banger last time, and that game's actually quite good. There are some jokes that don't really play, and there's some stretches of it that are a little too pleased with themselves, but I think it's quite good. I think it's quite well put together, and hopefully it stays at the level it's at and doesn't get more problematic. Saturday we don't stream, but someone on the Kingdom okay. Saturday, we don't stream, but someone on the Xenon Fiber channel will be playing a video game, which may or may not be Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I actually don't know. I did say the Kingdom Hearts channel, and I feel bad that I said the Kingdom Hearts channel. Someone on the channel will be playing a video game. Please stop by and watch one of the members of the Xenon Fiber system enjoy playing a video game, hopefully. I hope that they play something they enjoy. Sundays are wildcard stream. We don't know what it's going to be. We rarely do. We'll figure it out on the day. Monday, Andy's going to be starting a new thing on his channel at twitch.tv/Andemonium. That's starting at 6 p.m. Central U.S. time, GMT -5. And then at our usual time, I'll be playing Slay the Spire, which I'm pretty excited to do. I had an idea about playing that game, and I've been testing it out, and it's gone really well. So I can't wait to play Slay the Spire with all of you. Tuesday, Andrea will be playing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Wednesday, on his channel, Bad Road, twitch.tv/badroad, will be playing Legacy of Kain Defiance. And Zoo will be starting a new thing. Is she gonna do a arcade deal? She downloaded a whole bunch of arcade titles. I mean, we bought a whole bunch of arcade machines that are legitimately set up in our living room. And so she'll be doing something with those. That should be interesting. And Thursday, Lord willing, Alice will be ready to stream at her usual time, which I have usurped this week. And she and Mox will be continuing with Spirit Fair, a game about sad animals that are trying to move on. And sometimes I feel that we're all just a sad animal trying to move on. Am I right, gamers? And that's that. That's our schedule. You can find that at schedule.trek.community, along with links to the remainder of our stream team: Andemonium, Riz Plays Games, Xenon Fiber, and Bad Road. Great streamers worthy of your time and attention if you are looking for cool new people to follow. And if you just want to see more of us, or if you would like to see a lot more of us, we have a YouTube channel at youtube.truck.community. That's where all of our VODs live. I'm now trying to type bang YouTube into chat. It's not going well. The new keyboard I bought has slightly thinner keys than my previous keyboard. So I am mistyping while my hands become readjusted. It goes back for literally months. Literally, like 56 months or so. It's a lot of months. And there's always stuff on there that's really good to watch. Have you ever wanted to watch a married couple pretend to defuse bombs? Because Katie and I played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and those were very good streams. I think that's everything I need to say to you. My voice is cracking. I'm still ill. I need to get some water because I drunk all the water that I brought with me off the break. So I'm gonna call it. Thank you all so much for joining me. And until we see you next time, stay safe.